Yo, what's good, you guys? My name is Crazy Pie. Now, real quick, before anyone clicks off of this video or dislikes this video or comments down below calling me crazy, I know, alright? I know this is the most unpopular, opinionated video I've ever made, but hear me out. Listen to everything I have to say in this video on my opinions on why Wattson is probably one of the most useless legends within Apex Legends. Hopefully this video doesn't get too much flack. I hope everyone just hears me out. But without further ado, in this video we're going to be talking about why, in my opinion, Wattson is one of the most useless legends within Apex Legends. That's not to say she's bad. That's not to hate on Wattson. I'm not hating on Wattson whatsoever. I actually think Wattson is a great addition to the game, but in all honesty, I don't think she's really that useful in terms of being a team legend and being on a team in Apex Legends, because she doesn't really do much. You know, Wattson isn't really that useful in terms of what other legends can do, because in all honesty, all she really does is use her passive ability, which just really helps herself, and it's not really that passive because you have to get a actual ultimate accelerant in order to use your passive ability. So it's not really a passive ability, it's kind of like an active ability because you have to get something in order to make this passive actually work. So it's not really passive. Alright, you have to get something in order to make this passive ability work. So right out of the gate, her passive ability just kind of sucks. Now, whoa, slow down there. Like I said earlier, I'm not hating on Wattson. It's just her passive ability isn't really that useful, because in order for it to work, you have to, find an ultimate accelerant. Now, you can say the same thing about Pathfinder, right? You can say the exact same thing about Pathfinder, as well as even Lifeline. In order for Lifeline's passive ability to work, you have to find a med. You have to find medicals. But in case of Wattson, I don't really like carrying around ultimate accelerants. It takes up too much spot in your inventory. Oh, well, Crazy Pie, it's only one spot in your inventory. But in all honesty, I find it just takes up too much spots, in my opinion, if you carry multiple. Not to mention, Wattson's ultimate isn't even that good either. I hope and I can see them buffing it in the future. I'll get to that later on in the video. But straight out of the gate here, Wattson's passive, in my personal opinion, isn't that good, and there are better passives in my opinion. Alright, now talking about her tactical ability. This one, man, alright, her tactical ability is definitely probably why Wattson isn't that useful. And it does seem cool, placing the nodes of, the Tesla nodes, the electricity fences. It's kind of cool, it's a very cool concept, and if used properly, it is definitely useful. Now, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it's terrible for the game, it's definitely good, and it's a good improvement. If Wattson fits your playstyle, then by all means she's not bad and she's not useless, but there are better workarounds to her tactical ability in the term of Caustic. Caustic's tactical ability, his traps, way better than Wattson's traps. Now, I'm not saying that Wattson's are bad, but there are better alternatives to her electric fence. And her electric fence isn't even really that good because it has to be so perfectly placed to the point where no one can shoot out the bottom, and to the point where no one can go around. Now, if you place it behind a door, awesome. That's very good. That is perfect, and it's going to do well. But even if it is perfectly placed, you still have to place it in an area where people are going to be running through. Now, obviously, the same thing can be said with Caustic's passive or tactical ability, but it's a lot easier to see an electric fence than it is to see a gas charge, because the electric fence can be seen through the door, and if the gas charge is placed beside the door, people can still run through and they won't have any idea that it's there, and it will actually trigger and gas them. So just for that reason alone, Wattson's tactical isn't really that good, because if you can see her thing through the door, why would you even try to go through that door in the first place? You can't see Caustic's tactical ability, so why would you even use Wattson's tactical ability in the first place? And not to mention, most of the time you can end up either going around or grapple over it if you are using Pathfinder. You can use Octane's Launchpad over it, so there's not really too much uses for her Tesla wires, just because they have to have a lot of things set in place and a lot of things right in order for them to be useful. There's a lot of alternatives here, and there's a lot of alternating factors that rely on these wires, and everything just has to be perfect for them to work properly. Now, I'm not saying they're bad, they definitely are cool, and they can block off lanes if someone is rushing you, but other than those uses, there aren't really too much proper uses for Octane's Tesla wires. Now let's talk about her ultimate. This is one that really really gets me going. Now, it's not bad, but it isn't as useful as I thought it would be, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys don't think it's that useful either. So her ultimate ability is the tactical pylon that she can place down to either block Arcstars, alright, block Gibraltar's ultimate, as well as, I believe, give your team a movement boost, you know, maybe boost the speed. I'm not too sure, please don't quote me on that, but I do know for sure it does give your team a little bit of shield every single time they're standing inside of the radius. Now, straight out of the gate here, I don't know if you guys have realized from me talking about that, but 2 of the 3 things I mentioned there are completely situational, alright? They are completely, you know, dependent on what the enemies are using, which, you know, if they're gonna throw an Arcstar or not, you know, 95% of the time, whenever you have to place down her ultimate ability, it's out of luck, you know, because it deflects Arcstars and it deflects Gibraltar's ultimate. So straight out of the gate there, you either have to be fighting someone who's gonna throw Arcstars and you have to try and predict that they're gonna throw an Arcstar, or you have to be fighting a Gibraltar and, you know, predict that he has his ultimate and that he's gonna throw it, you know. Obviously, if you hear his ultimate, it's a great time to place it down and you are protected, but just like Gibraltar can do the same thing. If he places down his dome shield, he can still protect his team from another enemy Gibraltar's ultimate ability. So right out of the gate there, if you even place down Gibraltar's tactical, you already have protection from enemy Arcstars as well as from enemy abilities. And this even has to go with Bangalore's ability as well. You know, if you place down Gibraltar's tactical ability, keep in mind, it's a tactical ability, not an ultimate ability. You already have protection from various Legends ultimates, such as, you know, Bangalore's ultimate, Caustic's ultimate, you know, Gibraltar's ultimate. You can counter his own ultimate with his tactical ability. And there's just a ton of situational disadvantages that come with Watson's ultimate. Like, Gibraltar's tactical can pretty much do the exact same thing, except you can't shoot through it, which doesn't really matter, you know, it's just for protection. You don't gain shield from it, but the biggest benefit is it gives you more protection than Watson's ultimate does. And if we look at what Watson's character is classified as, she's a support troop and a defensive protective troop in Apex Legends. You know, she's supposed to protect her teammates and provide defense, which she doesn't really do because Gibraltar does everything she does, but he does it better with his tactical ability. Like Watson's ultimate ability, straight up, I'm going to say it right now, is worse than Gibraltar's tactical ability. Her ultimate ability is not as good as everyone thought it was going to be. I mean, if you like it, go for it. Use it. Please use it and love it. I'm not saying it's bad, but like, for me and for, you know, what other Legends can do, it's just not that useful in my opinion. I know this is one of the most unpopular opinions in Apex Legends as of right now, but trust me, over the next few months, I can guarantee you, we're not going to be seeing as much Watsons as we thought we were going to be. But, you know, who knows? And then correct me if I'm wrong, hopefully they do buff her. I'm not saying Watson's bad, so hopefully, you know, no one got me wrong in this video. I tried to say that as much as I possibly could. She's definitely a good Legend, but she's very situational, which is the biggest reason why I don't like her. And a lot of other Legends can do exactly what she does, but better. That does not go to show that she's a bad Legend. I still think she's very cool, and hopefully we can see Crypto come out later on in the season. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys could agree with me. Please feel free down below to leave a like if you did enjoy. Hopefully we can hit 20 likes on this video. That would be pretty sweet. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm very appreciative that you guys spent your time with me here to watch this video. Instagram linked down below. We are so close to 5,000 subscribers, so please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already so you never miss daily Apex Legends content. Thank you guys for watching. Super hyped for Season 2. This is the best place to watch all the content on Season 2. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out, guys.